Well, there has been. Welcome.
Sports.
Not sports, yeah. Welcome. Another Two Heels episode. All right. That'll be a consistent one from here on out. Welcome back. I got long hair. It's growing out. Future man bun material coming to a Raleigh near you. But yeah, we're back. Episode 6. Carter, what's up?
I got the trusty old hat. It's been in every episode, I believe.
I think it has. Big hat guy, this guy.
Mhm.
Episode 6. God, I hope that's right. That'd be embarrassing if I forgot. But yeah, a lot of stuff's happened. I'm gonna start this opening off with we already had a beginning of one of our podcasts talking about Black Lives Matter and racial injustice in this country, and it needs to change. I'll restate that. Saying Black Lives Matter doesn't mean all lives matter. It's just all lives matter can't matter. Isn't something you can say until Black lives are treated equal. That's something. I know I saw a picture of Kawhi with that on his shirt. I might have to buy one of those shirts. It's just like, it's ridiculous.
It's pretty sad.
Yeah, for a developed country to still have these issues. I understand that like it's historical and deep rooted, but come on, we need to start figuring out the plan forward and how to fix all this racial injustice. And so with that opening, I'm going to say we have X amount of days till we vote. I'm going to put it right here. Let's see if Ethan edits this video correctly. X amount of days till we vote. And I'm going to say everyone go out and vote. If you're eligible to vote, register, vote. Because the only way to make actual change is to vote the people out of office and get the people you want in office. And that goes to anyone. I don't care if you're conservative, Republican, liberal, Democrat, libertarian, anyone. I don't care. Vote. Democracy works so much better when people care about it. That should be a shirt. But yeah, go vote. Do your part. Local elections are just as important as national elections, if not more important.
I could argue that they're more important.
Yeah, if you're thinking about like what's going to affect your daily life, who's your governor and who's your senator is way more important. And also all the like, I would recommend to anybody watching this, I don't want to make this like a full like how to vote video, but like you can go online. I don't know if this is the case for all states, but in North Carolina, you can see what the ballot is before you go in to vote. Like you can find it online and what all the things you're voting on are. And I'd recommend to anyone go through that. You don't have to do deep research, but just think about what you want to do. So when you get there, so especially with COVID, so it's just boom, 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 out.
Right.
You voted and you're gone. Or absentee, mail in, figure it out. If you do absentee mail in, do it now. Because who knows what's happening.
You want to make sure it gets counted.
Yeah. Yeah, who knows what's happening with the Postal Service?
Yeah, nobody.
The world is kicking off. And then one other thing we want to say is to, I like saying this one instead of the regular, rest in power to Chadwick Boseman. I can't imagine the pain that he went through over the last 4 years. And it honestly broke my heart this morning when I saw that. 2016 to 2020, he was battling colon cancer. I mean, Jesus.
What? It's one thing after the other, man.
Yeah, it's like we're in a boxing match against Mike Tyson, and 2020, and Mike Tyson's right hook is 2020. He finally landed one.
It's just one thing after the other. It's crazy.
Yeah. I mean, he did great work. I mean, Black Panther was a revolutionary movie. You can say he played Jackie Robinson in 42. He died on Jackie Robinson Day, which is insane to think.
In February, we lost Kobe Bryant, which was a role model to millions of kids,
Hmm.
and Black Panther is up there with the role model for many kids when that movie came out. Like, a lot of kids, looked up to that movie and loved that movie, and we just lost the person that was behind that movie, and it's another role model that's taken from us early, and that's tough to take.
It's tough.
Things like this is it's hard.
It's hard to swallow. It's a big thing of like, I know especially with Kobe, it didn't kick in until much later, and I'm sure this one won't kick in. I also want to say he did more than just Black Panther and his movies. I know he was very avid in the community, fighting for racial injustice, and also with he was a prime proponent of like trying to get people out to the polls. He was one of those actors who like actor, celebrity, blah blah blah, who like was focused on the world and recognized that like they don't live in their own bubble of fame. So he was a
Yeah.
good person outside of
Also,
all his roles.
um, he was a Tar Heel fan, so I don't know how many Tar Heels we got out there, but he
That
was
hurts.
a diehard Chapel Hill fan, so
Yeah.
hits home a little more even.
Yeah, it hurts. Rest in peace to Chadwick Boseman, and I feel for his family right now. It's got to be hard, but I know he passed peacefully with his family by his side. All right. Back to so if this is the topics we've talked about so far, and this is the joy scale, we're gonna go. Hi. We're gonna jump up it a little bit. Uh, so the sports pause. We probably could have had more to talk about, but with what happened in Kenosha, oh my God, I always forget the state. Wisconsin.
Yep,
Yeah,
I knew
Kenosha,
it.
Wisconsin.
I was gonna let you get it.
Yeah, because I was trying to figure out where Milwaukee was. Kenosha, Wisconsin, because of what happened there with Jacob Blake Jr. Sports world paused, and what are your thoughts, Carter?
Obviously, it was for a good reason. Um, they have the biggest or one of the biggest platforms in the country. So when all the world, pauses and takes a stand, it's it's on a high platform and everybody sees it, and it promotes change. Um, so yeah, I think it was a good thing.
Yeah,
Just for right now, for humankind in America, it was a good thing.
yeah. I've never understood people's arguments when they say like the whole shut up and dribble idea that they said to LeBron, and like the whole
Yeah.
idea that like you're an athlete, be an athlete. Because in my opinion, it's like what difference? Like that's their job. It's like if you told an electrician shut up and just fix the light, like you don't get a vote because you're an electrician,
Right.
or you don't
Well,
get to talk to people about politics because you're an electrician.
yeah. Um, but I don't remember who it was. I think it was uh, Kenny Smith when he walked off. I'm not sure, but they were. He said that the players want to shut up and dribble. That's what they want to do, but they're
Yeah,
not going to until what they believe in is fixed. Until the right thing happens, until the problem that we are facing in America is no longer, they can't shut up and dribble. It's like you said it was their job to play basketball, and it is, but it's kind of also their job to take a stand
yeah,
in what's right in this situation
yeah,
because they have that high platform. And so, they want to shut up and dribble. They don't, want to pause, but they have to because until the problem is fixed.
yeah. No, I agree with you. I mean, yeah. I mean, everyone wants to like obviously they want to just focus on basketball. Like I mean, there are thousands of people like if they could just go to work and only work, like that's like everyone wants to just get their world done, but at the end of the day, it's like they also have this platform. They help, for a lot of them, they're the role models that help kids get out of bed every day and want to go do stuff and want to be like them.
Right.
And so they have a duty to be there for the next generation. Obviously, they wish they could just play basketball and dunk and shoot threes and score goals in hockey and score goals in soccer and all that, but that's not how America's built. We deify our role models for good or for bad. It's how our society works. And so with that, they need to use their platform for what they believe in, and that's what they're doing.
Yeah. And I've said it before and I've said it again that sports is one of the biggest platforms. That is where, especially with the younger generation, like that's our thing kind of. I mean, I feel like that like everybody at least hears about it. It's more, you hear about sports more than you hear about politics. And that's a good thing in my opinion.
Yeah.
But like, they have to use that because this really isn't a political issue.
No.
In my opinion, this is a problem that has nothing to do with politics. It has something to do with the right and the wrong. And that's so like, I would argue that they're not bringing politics into sports. That's not what this is. They're bringing, okay, there's a right thing to do and it's not being done. And there's a problem that needs to be fixed. It is our duty as a sports nation to stand up for our players, to stand up for our communities, to stand up for America because they have the power to.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's like I said, it's how America's set up, whether you think it's good or bad. I mean, a lot of people, someone in Crossett, Arkansas knows more about Kobe Bryant's life, LeBron James's life, Michael Jordan's life, than he probably even knows the name of his senator.
Oh, 100%.
Like, you hear about your senator one every couple years. What is it? 4 years, 6 years? One every 6 years. You hear about your senator. It's not. You hear about all these athletes and stuff. Like, you watch their games, you see them in real life. There's always these personality pieces. Like, they're more involved in your life. So you're obviously going to who are you going to listen to more? It's the person you talk to more.
Right.
Just like in any situation, you're going to listen to the person you're closest with. And for icons like that, a lot of kids feel closer to one of their sports icons than they do to their technical political shield bearer, banner bearer, whatever you want to call it, person who was supposed to lead them forward.
I mean, I know that we're both, sports fans,
mm-hmm.
and that's, something we're pretty passionate about. So like, there's
hence
a little
the
bit
podcast.
of bias, but even people that don't follow sports know who LeBron James is.
Exactly.
And know a little bit about him. And even the people that don't, follow sports knows that the NBA paused this week, knows they heard this stuff, knows that, sports paused and all this stuff because, I mean, even if you don't follow sports, you still hear that.
Yeah.
So.
Another thing I want to talk about on this that a lot of people have already talked about is, do you think it's effective? Do you think the idea is effective?
Of pausing?
Yeah.
Yeah, I do. Just yes, because it gets the word out there. Like I said, people heard that the NBA paused. People heard that Sports Nation paused, and so that will make people realize there is a problem. And it's hard. It's hard to be effective. It's one of the most effective things they can do because they are stopping what they do. And what more can they do other than try their best to make that, to show the world that there's a problem. And so I
Yeah.
think that's what they're doing, is at least trying their best.
Yeah. I'm of the opinion, the way I looked at it is them not playing the games going to bring about the change? Not necessarily. No, I
Right.
don't think that is going to be like someone's going to look at that, say, they didn't play the games. We need to change this. Because that's not how any society works.
Right.
But what it did do is that if, say, they hadn't done it, say they hadn't sat out these games, and then for all we know, Jacob Blake, that story could have been just gone in the wind by now with how the media cycle works, and it could have been just on
Right.
to the next one. Talk. The thing that I think this pause did is it was very good at pausing everyone else as well. I think pausing the sports world paused everyone else, and they were like, oh wait, what's going on? And it brought up
Right.
that question of like, oh, so because a lot of people, you get in a rhythm, you don't, things will just bounce right off of you. Like you'll just be in the rhythm of your life, things will
Right.
bounce off you. When something pauses though, and something stops, and you have to make a change in your daily rhythm, that's when you'll start paying attention to things. And that's what I think it did the most.
Yeah. I agree with that. That was very well said. And
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah. It stopped the rhythm. That's how, I think that's where it will benefit the most. And I applaud them. I think it's a very good idea. I actually, personally, I think WNBA did a fantastic job. They put, I don't remember, I think on the front of the shirt it said Black Lives Matter, but then the back of the shirt had 7 holes cut into it.
Yeah.
And I thought that was incredibly powerful.
I don't know what team it was. One team came out they had letters on their shirts that spelled out Jacob Blake, and I know it had the 7 holes in the back.
Yeah. But yeah, so now let's try to move on to some a little happier. We're slowly climbing the happy ladder. Hopefully we'll finish this with me and Carter belly laughing. So just a quick segue. Champions League final happened, Carter. I know I'm kind of shushing you out with another soccer topic.
Yeah.
But Bayern won 1-0, completing the treble. Very hard thing to do in soccer. They won their league, the league's tournament cup thing, and they won the European tournament cup. So that's pretty impressive to do all in one season. Because that's like not only just for how COVID affected sports, like they basically have had to play for 12-month period instead of a 9-month period and a break, and then 9-month period and a break. They played the whole year basically.
Yeah.
And for them to complete it, I mean, I've seen numbers like some teams who complete these trebles have to play like 60 to 70 games.
Yeah.
And like that's soccer or football. That's like you're running 6 miles every game. And it's not just like a jog, like you're sprinting and then slowing down and then making hard steps in and out. I mean, it's impressive. Shout outs to all Bayern fans. I think it's fantastic. I think it's fantastic for the sport. I feel for Paris Saint-Germain though, because I wanted them to win, but neither here nor there. One funny thing I want to talk about. I was on a long run today with a couple UNC guys, and one thing funny. I don't know. I don't know if you've seen this. Eric Trump's tweet that got taken down.
Mm-mm.
It's kind of. I'm going to talk about it because it relates to us a little bit. So it's a video of Trump's face edited onto Roy Williams when he entered the locker room. That like famous video of him like entering the locker room.
Right. Yeah.
And they edited it on.
That one.
Yeah. It's like when he's getting hyped and they're about to like they're throwing all the water and everything.
Yeah.
So they edited that his Trump's face onto it, and Twitter took it down. And I think it was for 2 reasons. One, I don't think they quite enjoyed the tweet in general. I don't think Twitter is a big fan of that family.
Right.
And then second, I think they played a Led Zeppelin song in it. And Led Zeppelin hates Trump, so he was like, I don't want my song to be a part of that.
Yeah.
So he got music copyrighted. But it was funny because Tar Heel Barstool took it and said, like, they tweeted, like, what a disgrace.
Yeah.
But yeah,
That's crazy.
yeah, I made the joke. I think Roy personally went to Twitter and was like, "Please cut it off. I don't want it."
Yeah.
He saw it. He was like, I'm not being associated with this."
That's crazy. Wow.
Yeah, and I mean, if it was Roy, that'd be funny because like I feel like to anger Roy, you'd have to either be a basketball player or like do something really bad.
Yeah. You know what the tweet said?
What?
Or was it just that video?
Oh, it was like it added something else. I think it was something in relation to the convention, the Republican National Convention.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah.
So it was something with that, but just like I saw I saw the tweet after it had gotten taken down, but then I saw the video. Someone else had taken a video of it, and I saw
Yeah.
that, and I was like, "Wow! Like, come on, don't do UNC like that. We're already in the gutter, and you just edited a carrot onto the face of Jesus. Like,
That's
come
funny.
on, man. Don't take our Lord and Savior Roy Williams down with you." Let's talk about that. That's a very obscure topic we can talk about. Let's start with what do you think if there is a basketball season? Let's just talk about this like the next basketball season.
Mhm.
How do you think UNC will do?
I think they'll do better next year.
Yeah.
I mean, well, better than last year.
Yeah.
I think I said better than next year.
Yeah. I got you.
Yeah, get Cole Anthony's out of our
Atmosphere.
yes, and I don't know who will. Well, Garrison Brooks obviously will be a leader, but I think he'll have a good year. I think Armando might have a breakout year. You got some freshmen that can play some ball. I don't know. I mean, I don't know if any of them will be. None of them are as hyped up as Cole Anthony, which is a good thing in my opinion.
Yeah.
So yeah, could be like a Kobe White, not that hyped up before the season, shows out, balls out, and lottery draft pick. I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think we'll be okay. I don't think we'll be, the best we've ever been, but I think if Garrison can put the team on his back, I think we can make a run for it. I mean, it's college basketball; anything can happen.
Yeah. I think I agree with you. If I had to make a starting 11, I think I'm going to go from center down because I just know the players a little bit better. So I'm going to give myself some time to think. But I think Armando starts at the 5. You play Garrison at the 4 because Garrison, I mean, man's basically becoming a stretch 4. I would not be surprised if we started a game this year and they did a pick and pop and he drained a 3. Like, because his range was already expanding.
Just in
the season.
3 range, but
yeah, I don't know if I'll say this. I don't think he'll be a good 3-point shooter, but he'll be one that can hit a 3-pointer consistently in a game. Like, he might be like 20% from 3, which isn't great nowadays, but like that's still a good.
And if he does,
big guy.
If he does, I think the NBA will look at him.
That's what. Yeah, I think he has his best shot at a stretch 4 if he can stretch the floor and play. Yeah. But I think it'll be Bacot 5. It'll be Garrison 4. You can't not have Garrison on the floor.
Yeah.
You're not gonna like this. I think Leaky will still stay at the 3 because he's long enough to be a wing.
Yeah.
And then honestly, I don't know about the guard, but I was gonna say Caleb Love at 1. I don't know who will be the shooting guard, to be honest.
Yeah.
That's an interesting one to me. Is like I don't know who plays that position.
Right. It could be Andrew Playtech. Honestly, I don't know the freshmen too well.
I know
that are coming in besides Caleb Love and Walker Kessler. But
yeah.
I know we got a couple in there. Also, his name just slipped my mind.
Puff Johnson?
No, I don't think he'll be very good this year. Dude that was friends with Jeremiah Francis, like
Anthony
hurt his
Davis
leg. No, hurt his leg.
at UNC.
Yes, Anthony
It was Anthony Davis. No, not Anthony Davis. That's a Anthony Harris.
Harris. Yeah, that's right.
God, I said that twice, and I was like, yeah, that's the right answer. The
Yeah,
power forward for the
I didn't know
Lakers.
what you said. I heard Davis. I was like, yeah, that's not right.
Yeah, I said Anthony Davis, and I was like, that makes sense. Power forward for
Yeah,
the Lakers playing guard for UNC.
yeah. No, I think he could play. He could play one.
Yeah,
He
he's
did. He looked like it last year. Him and Jeremiah had a couple good games, and then he got hurt.
but was it Anthony was it Francis who transferred? I thought one of them transferred.
Jeremiah Francis transferred. Yeah.
Jeremiah Francis transferred. Okay, I knew one of them transferred. And I saw that and I was like, dang, I
San
thought they
Diego
actually
State,
stick.
maybe.
Yeah, that makes sense. But yeah, no.
It's the school over there. I don't know if it's San Diego State.
It might have been I want to say Nevada, but I don't think I'm right.
Or it could be like New Mexico, something.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. It's in that little like southwestern corner of the US. Yeah, I'll be interested to see who lines up next to Caleb Love because I think he's the best player there, but obviously I'm not Roy Williams and I'm not one of his assistants. So perhaps someone's blowing up. Maybe Playtech is massively improved. That'd be cool if he just
I don't think so, but for some reason I feel like Roy likes him.
I think man, if he could drain threes consistently, if he became Klay Thompson 3-pointer, I would love that. Would be perfect.
Like he looks like he would be a shooter. Like that's what he looks like he would be in a basketball game, and he's not.
He's just not consistent.
He's not. Like what does he do? What has he done?
He's not bad. He's not. I will say he's very active defensively, but also I think his size lets him down. He's not the biggest or the longest.
Or the most athletic.
Yeah, which I think is funny because, maybe Baycott or Brooks, but, our best defensive player that's not a big is probably Leaky just because how long he is. There were times where he would steal a pass and he looked like stretch man. Arm went all the way out and, picked off a pass.
And then he'd run like he ran like a dinosaur, like a velociraptor. I don't know.
I know what you mean. He has his whole body leans forward.
He leans forward and he runs.
Yeah. But he flies. Let him fly. But yeah. What players are you most excited to see this year? Go with your top three. Go with your top three. Who are you most excited to see?
At Chapel Hill?
Yeah.
Garrison Brooks, Armando, obviously, those two. And I don't know. I'd like to see a freshman, probably Caleb Love, if any of them. I'd like to see, do well because they're freshmen at Chapel Hill. So I hope to see them, at least one freshman ball out this year.
Yeah.
But I don't know if they will.
Yeah. I'm gonna go with I'm gonna mix it up from you. I'm gonna go with I'm excited to see RJ Davis. He's the guy he's another guard. Yeah. I think he's a combo guard from New York. I like him. I like his style. I think he's more of a refined scorer than Caleb Love, but I think Caleb Love's a better athlete. I'm excited to see Leaky Black because I think this is a maker. I hate when sports team analysts do this. I think this is a big year for him because if he does something, he is literally. We've talked about this before. He is the perfect NBA size. He is the perfect NBA build.
Yeah, he missed his opportunity. Last year was his opportunity to show something. He showed shit.
Well, he's a junior now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think this year, if he shows some signs, gets consistent on scoring, I think if he can maybe start hitting more threes, if anything, become a better slasher and just be better at finishing at the rim. If he can do that, I think he'll be big time.
Play basketball, yeah.
Yeah.
If he shows that he can play basketball, then yeah, he can play basketball, but he hadn't shown that yet.
Yeah. So we go RJ Davis. That man's smooth. I really hope I got his name right. I feel like I didn't, but I think it's RJ Davis. Um, Leaky Black. And then I'm gonna throw his name in there because I was interested when he signed Walker Kessler, but I'm more interested to see what he can do off the bench. I think it would be good to be able to have a big that we can sub in and not be like, oh, we're just subbing in a rebounder.
Right.
Cool to sub in someone and be like, all right,
He's
Walker Kessler
big.
can score.
He's
He's 7 foot,
big.
is he not?
Yeah, he's tall. I saw him last year. I was on the risers for one game, and he was sitting like on the floor. I don't for a visit, and he stood up and like so tall. I'm on the risers, and he's taller than me.
The massive man.
Not saying
He's huge. I mean, size alone, it'd be awesome if he was good because, I mean, 7-footers in college are rare. And to say
Yeah.
that, like, he's actually a good basketball player and not just he got here because of his size, it'd be awesome.
yeah,
But I've seen his high school tape. He looks like he can play. Like, he can shoot, too. He's not just a catch a rebound, put it back
I
up.
mean, he can play. He's not just a tall guy. He's a basketball player.
Yeah, I think
What's
so. I'm
nice-
excited for him. I
Yeah.
I think this year we'll have a better overall team than we did last year. I think that was probably, I think that was probably Roy's focus was like, let's have a
Yeah.
good team.
Right. And not just a superstar, which is needed. But, hate to say it, I got to say it because it's the truth, is that we ain't having a basketball season, Ethan.
Yeah, I was kind of thinking that.
Like, I don't know that much about the freshmen because I know that I'm not going to need to. Like, it's just not going to happen. There's no way.
I'll agree with you on that. We're
So-
talking about this like it's hypothetical. We can dream about it.
Well, we can dream, and I hate to, we were here on the joy scale, and I just brought it
I
down
know.
to
You just
here.
shot it right back down on the joy scale.
But it's the harsh truth.
Yeah, it's
I saw that UNC football said that they weren't going to have any fans.
yeah.
Obviously, but do you really think we're playing football?
I'm going to say this. I think we do. And I'm not saying that that's the right decision because I think, sorry, Bubba Cunningham, if you're listening to this, I think it's absolutely idiotic. Take a
Okay.
year off, give all the kids an extra year of eligibility, wipe your hands up.
And what are you losing? Yeah,
That's
you're
what I'm
losing
saying.
millions of dollars. But
But, like,
I mean, yeah,
you're telling me the university couldn't survive a year without football? I find that hard to believe.
right.
I
I
find that
understand
hard to
some
believe.
schools, some smaller schools, yeah, they might not be able to survive without football. But
Yeah,
Chapel Hill's already screwed up enough.
yeah.
Don't
That's
screw
what I'm
up
saying.
again.
Because what I saw someone post, are we at like Chapel Hill or the Orange County area is at like 999 cases or something like that? Like,
Really?
is that a K? I think.
I haven't seen a number, but
I'm probably off with that, but I think the Tar Heel tracker or the Tar Heel, Tar Heel
together,
Tracker is a school thing. Yeah,
Yes.
it's like,
Carolina.
yeah, it shows like the COVID thing, and I'm pretty sure it's getting close to 1,000.
Mm-hmm.
And also, while we're on the
Ooh,
subject, anybody from UVA listening to this, y'all's school is a whole different level of messed up than UNC's. I mean, like, it's one thing because UNC was like the first school, one of like 10 schools. I'm not going to giving a number, one of a couple schools to go back to start. And so we messed up, but we were supposed to be the example.
Yeah.
Y'all are still going. Have you heard that UVA is still doing in person?
Yeah.
School hasn't started,
heard
and
that.
they're like, we're going to do it. Why not? My big thing is I feel like it's a big ego thing for a lot of these people.
It's something. There's something that's making, and I don't know, is it just money that's making these schools be like, no, we're doing it?
Because if it is, you guys are
like,
it's depressing.
Even with Chapel Hill, like, yeah, and we hadn't come to school yet, but like, Did you really think it was going to work? Probably not. Okay. So are you doing it for money and money only? Is that what's happening right now? Or
Is that
is it
really?
is it an ego thing? Or is it just an idiotic thing? I don't know.
I honestly think it could be a genuine combination of all three.
It definitely is, but
Yeah,
God,
that's me. I can't figure it out for the life of me. It's proven that COVID doesn't give a crap about who you are, where you are, or what you're doing. You're getting it whether you want to get it or not.
that is very true. Yeah.
Second, what is your priorities list as a chancellor at a university that you think I want an extra bit of money because just I just wish one school would lower tuition because it's online. Is it that difficult? You're telling me you don't have enough. So obviously, certain small schools will feel the brunt of it, but like
Right.
UNC has plenty of endowments.
UNC, the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill. That's not a small school, Ethan.
Exactly. You could take a year. They could take I would dare say, the university itself could take a gap year and be set.
Okay. They'd be okay.
They'd be okay. They would come right back and they'd be like, back to school. Welcome.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's also an ego thing. I think because every university is trying to be the one university that gets it right. So they'd be like, oh, we did it. Look at us. And then
Well, the only university that gets it right is one that doesn't do anything. Or the
University
one
of
that's all
Phoenix.
online, doesn't bring students back because it just doesn't work, man.
No, it doesn't. I saw one thing. I was watching a guy and he's like, I might have said this already on the podcast. I'm not quite sure, but he was like, he was talking about Georgia's public schools when they went back and like those pictures that came out of it basically being a normal school day as if
Yeah.
COVID never existed. And he was like, yeah, the school directors are probably thinking, well, this is fine because COVID gives us a 5-minute head start, right? It's like, all right, everyone, you can be together, but in 5 minutes, I'm coming to infect people. It's like, no, the virus is going to be there.
Right.
Like, it's not just going to be like, hold on.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, here we go. Or it's not going to be like, that's a frat party. I'm not going to go there. I'm
Yeah.
going to go over here. No.
Yeah. It's like, you know what? Let them enjoy it. It's a Friday night, man. It's a Friday night. Go party. Go
I don't want
party.
to ruin their weekend.
Yeah. God forbid. I'm just going to chill here and not touch anyone. Like, God, it's, this one thing me and my parents keep talking about is COVID. And this is for every country. I'm not going to say America's like the only country. COVID has exposed everything stupid about every government in the world.
Yeah.
Like, it is, especially us. It is exposing everyone. And it's like, wow, you really don't know as much as you think.
Mm-hmm. No, we're sitting here kind of, mocking the whole situation. We're not mocking the virus. We're
No.
We're mocking the universities
And the
idiotic
leadership
decision.
that thinks they're somehow smarter than nature, that they're somehow above nature and they can fix it.
Yeah, we're not saying that the virus is a joke. We're saying that the universities, the way they're handling this is a joke, and it is.
Yeah, and we're also, to add on that, we're not making fun of like people who have it, because I found out last night one of my fellow delivery drivers, I hadn't come in contact with him at all. He wasn't there before I started working. He had it, and because he has diabetes, it's like really bad, I guess, because I guess diabetes is part of one of those like immunodeficient groups.
Yeah.
And he's had it really bad. He got it a month ago, and we haven't heard from him. And all we know is he still has it. So it's like, we're not making fun of the people who have it because, man, oh man, I don't care. Like, I used to be, my main fear was giving it to people. Now it's just, I don't want to get it. I do not want to get it.
Yeah, my still main fear is not giving it to my family back at home.
Yeah.
I'm not that scared of getting it. I mean, I don't want to get it. I'm
Yeah,
not saying that. I'm more scared of going home with it than I am staying here and getting it. So
yeah, exactly. Um, but yeah, I actually am enjoying it. This is actually a different type of podcast. We're kind of just talking about whatever comes up and
yeah,
whatever we're thinking about. We'll do these every now and then. So our 3 viewers that are watching to this point, we'll do this every now and then and
yeah,
talk about, because sometimes if you do a sports show every week, shout out to ESPN, because I mean, I don't know how they make a show every day, but like, I don't want to keep doing redundant topics like you see on like First Take or Pardon the Interruption or all that.
yeah,
It's fun to,
and everyone's the same,
yeah,
but
and it's good to mix up because this is technically a sports podcast show thingy, but like I don't really. It's whatever me and Carter think of, and it's hopefully whatever
right,
people want to see at some point. So we're just gonna talk about what we want to talk about.
we have the power
We have the power.
to do so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, thank you to the 6 people subscribed to this YouTube channel. I do check that, and I very much appreciate you being subscribed.
Yeah.
And so, with that, thank you to the 4 people subscribed, because I know 2 of them are in this podcast.
Yeah. What did you say? You're welcome.
Yeah, yeah. It's like let it. All right, now that we're not Oakwood Project, you're welcome. You're welcome. Oh my gosh. All right, Carter. Let's talk. Since we're talking about anything we want, in your future, what are you most excited for? I'm not talking about far future. I'm saying like by the end of the semester in that area. What are you looking
I'm
forward
most
to right now?
excited for,
Yeah.
honestly, just being done with this semester. It's not fun. It's
Yeah.
not fun. Yeah, it doesn't feel like school. My motor, like coming into the year, it didn't feel like school. It didn't feel like coming back here. I didn't have the same like
Feel.
right. And I don't want to say like I've lost motivation. No, I'm still doing all my work and I'm doing it to the best of my ability. And but it just doesn't feel like it's important or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
So like I feel like I'm just counting like already counting down the days till November 17th.
Yeah. And we're 3 weeks in.
Right.
we're not
And
even in September
and I
yet.
feel like I can because nothing else is going on. Literally, it's just school right now and school, and I'm working. But like
Yeah.
everything else is shut down.
Yeah.
All I got to do is do the minimum of my classes require, and I'm done with this semester. So.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one. I'm already gonna call this. This is a throwaway semester, and I'm not saying like I'm gonna take all my classes less seriously, but like I don't I I'm with you on that. Like it's just doesn't it feels like summer hasn't ended. I'm sitting in the same chair I sat in all summer, except now I'm
Yeah,
doing work instead of watching a YouTube video or making or just editing this podcast or just blah,
right.
blah, like it's just going to school, like the act of actually moving in makes me feel like summer ends.
Yeah,
Like it's just
and going to class, that's a big one.
I miss walking to class. I miss walking.
Yeah, it sucks, but it's the world we're living in. There's not a way around it right now. I would say, I am glad that I'm not taking this semester off of school because I feel like taking a semester off and coming back would be hard
Yeah.
or just motivation wise and so we're kind of still getting in the swing of that routine of work, schoolwork, but
It's just not the
it's
same.
not the same.
Yeah. Like I was thinking for some reason, so long run at Elmstead today, the weather is weird today because it's like overcast, but then it's like incredibly humid.
Yeah, it's kind of like the ground. was wet. I don't think it's wet anymore, but it's kind of a dark day, not it?
Yeah, it's a bit gloomy. And to anyone who watches this who lives in North Carolina, that's pretty much our summer. Is it's not necessarily snowy or anything. It just becomes very gloomy. Like
Yeah,
there's always just overcast, and it's either
winter,
cold rain or it's ice. That's our winter.
winter. Yeah,
Yeah, but
you said
like,
summer.
oh yeah, well, whoops,
Yeah,
sorry. Summer is the absolute opposite. The sun doesn't turn off, and it melts everything.
yeah.
Um, but it's just like I had a vivid moment where I like remembered. This is specifically second semester because I had like the memory of me walking up the stairs after I've crossed what's the road where you cross that's between the SRC and the student store? Is that South Road?
Hmm.
Yeah. Crossing
I
South
think
Road,
I don't really know,
I
but
think it is. And going up the stairs and it's like cold, but it's not freezing. Like it's that crisp
yeah,
cold. And I'm in like my khakis and blah blah blah, and I'm walking to go see you and Becca in Davis.
no, or yeah.
Like
Oh yeah, okay.
like I have a vivid memory of me doing that in the middle of my long run. I was just zoned out, and I was
Yeah.
like wiping a
Right.
tear. It's like it all changed,
Hmm.
and we didn't. I want to point this out. We didn't get closure. We never got to give a full goodbye to Craig. We
Nope.
left thinking COVID would just pass over like the flu.
Yep.
We never got closure.
Relationships, like some of my friends from last year aren't here, or I haven't seen them, and like I haven't seen anybody that I go to school with in Chapel Hill other than my roommates and the people at Carolina Adventures,
Yeah,
and that's it.
yeah. We just
And that's sad because I had like those relationships that I had made last year are kind of in the trash. I mean, not all of them, not I mean,
and obviously we can reconnect.
right? But it's just not gonna be like normal. Like it's
Yeah.
gonna take a little while to develop that same relationship again, and that sucks. It's not
Yeah.
what this is supposed to be.
Yeah. I miss like I just like along with the one I just explained, like I've had so many moments like that. Like I had one the other day where I was like, dang, I would give anything right now to be in Craig, you and I doing homework, about to leave for a basketball game. I would give anything for that right
Yeah.
now. Like strapping on my stupid Converse that gave me blisters every game, grabbing a basketball and going to a basketball, like intramural. That's how little joy I
Yeah.
want from a regular world. I just want to go to an intramural basketball game and get stomped by like, because we were going to play a
Hey,
good
no,
team
no, no.
next.
We win.
You're right.
We can
Yeah,
win
we're
that.
still
Yeah.
technically quarterfinalists if they ever resume the season.
Um. So you know how I got into disc golf
Hmm.
in the last semester.
Yeah.
Well, I've kept up with it. I am a disc golf fanatic now, and like I've been playing by myself this past week, and I love it. Whatever. They're having a intramural disc golf tournament next month, and I'm doing it, and I could not be more excited.
Oh my goodness.
Yes,
You're
I
gonna
don't know
have to
how it's
keep
gonna
me
work,
updated
but
on all that.
um, so I mean, I don't know how many people will be there because a lot of people aren't really on campus, but yeah, I'm excited. I'm mostly excited because it'll allow me to meet people that I can play disc golf with.
Yeah.
To like
No, that's a good
share because
idea.
not many people play disc golf, especially the people that I know. None of them play disc golf, so I'm
Yeah.
excited about that.
Yeah. I mean, it's just like, oh, like that part, like the actual social interactions. Like I miss waking up at 6 a.m., going for a run before classes and like coming back and you haven't moved. Like you're still in your same position, sleeping in your bed. Like it's just it it's amazing. I know people say this all the time and it's probably cliche, but it's like the little things I miss more than anything.
Yeah,
I don't like obviously I miss the football games and I miss the basketball games and I miss all that. But like the moments in between classes and like at the late, like right before we're going to bed or early in the morning on like weekends, those are the moments I'm missing the most right now.
Yeah.
Like a Sunday
You're
morning
starting to make me
breakfast at
think. It's
Davis.
getting me sad, dude.
I know. The joy scale, it was like talked about all the injustice in America. Then we talked about Chadwick Boseman's still in there. And then we talked about, sports pause. And we climbed up to here, started having fun talking about basketball.
And then I brought it down a little bit.
Brought it down, went back up a little bit, and then it went right back down.
Yeah. Now it's at the bottom.
Because now I'm thinking, I know I'm reliving the route I ran out of Craig every morning to do 5 miles, and how I used to always see Mac Brown, and how I could just barely see the football team practicing every morning. And like,
yeah,
it's absolutely disgraceful.
That is sad.
I miss that stupid Craig bathroom. I miss taking a shower and waiting on someone. I miss the international kids.
Yeah, I just miss, man. I miss you, man.
I know.
It sucks, man.
It does suck. We will get back to it. Me and my brother always make a joke about a tweet where it's like, it's like, when coronavirus ends, it's starting to sound more and more like when I win the lottery. And like, and like, it's such a funny tweet, but I'm also in my head, I'm like, stop. Like, this is going to end. I have to keep him, like, the thing that's keeping me sane is
don't have too much hope.
Exactly. If I start having too much hope, then I start feeling bad about the situation. And right now, I do my best when I just don't think about COVID. Like, I take all the precautions and all that, but like, I try to keep it out of my mind.
I think that's how most Americans are.
Yeah.
Right now.
Because
they just don't want to face the fact.
Yeah, because it's like, what else are you going to do? If you focus on it every day, you become Anthony Fauci and you get silenced. So, like, come on. That was a funny political joke. No, but, like, if you focus on it every day, you're just going to lose any joy you have because it's not like it ended tomorrow.
You have to be careful about it, but don't
stress yourself out by just
What's the word I'm looking for here? It's not thrive. Is it thrive?
Overthink. Well, thrive is like a good thing. Like you thrive.
Don't I don't know.
Don't get overwhelmed. Anyway, I think I know what you're talking about.
Don't live off of the fear.
Yeah.
Live your life. Wash your hands, wear a mask, and wait 6 feet apart, and you're good.
3 W's. God. But yeah, I think that'll about wrap it up. That was about an hour. I think that was a pretty good podcast. Yeah, that was a little more of a different one. Not exactly the happiest one you'll see, but I honestly laughed a couple times. I thought it was actually pretty funny. Yeah, it was a good one. Yeah, there are definitely tears. I'm glad that Zoom's resolution isn't high enough where you can see my tears. But yeah, so thank you all for watching. I actually need to announce this one. So if you're watching this and you came from the announcement, drop a like, subscribe, comment down below. If you're from Chapel Hill, what you miss most about UNC, and if you're not, what stage of life are you in? Tell us.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
I know, we're real YouTubers. I don't mean like deep, like just tell us like, oh, you're in high school. Oh, you're in
stage of life. I'm an adolescent.
Yeah, I don't want the scientific details. I don't want to know how many cells are in your body. But yeah. Thank you all for watching. And this has been ebook, Ethan Boyd, Ethmeister, Ethanol, Ethanicus. And this is
CPAC, Cardio Killer, CTPA. Carter Patterson.
That was pretty. All right. High five to end the video. It's becoming a tradition. Wait, no. One more time.
1, 2,
3. Yeah. It looked good on my end, and I think it only records my end. So we're good. All right. Bye, everyone.